Glasses off.
Glasses off. And I can't see anything. I can't even see myself. How you doing, Katie?
I'm great.
Hey. Friday afternoon. Oh, there they go.
Yeah.
Now I really can't see anything. I can't even cheat. So welcome back to the Vinyl Lounge. And it's been a while. We've been wanting, but we can't find the time to do our little videos. And
Kids, hockey,
hockey, sports, work, and all that. So busy.
Yeah.
But today we're taking the time.
We sure are.
And what are we talking about today?
We are talking about artists that never made it to the Billboard Top 100.
No, actually, they made it to the top 100.
Well, number
they
one,
never
sorry.
made it to
Number
the
one.
hot number one spot.
Sorry.
In the U.S. We're talking in the U.S. today.
Yeah.
Billboard U.S. charts.
And the mainstream
with
one,
a track.
not the individual ones, like country or.
So not the country, not the mainstream, not the R&B hip hop. It's the hot number one, which is based on what? It's based on spins, sound scan on radio.
Yes, what's it called streaming now.
Today's streaming, but
Lineup.
back in the 70s,
Yeah.
80s, they didn't have that,
No.
so that didn't count.
Spotify,
So-
Apple Music.
So it's pretty incredible. We're going to name a few artists you would not believe. I didn't know, and we researched it a bit. We're not going to lie. We don't know these
No.
things.
I'm not a wealth of knowledge. I'm not going to pretend that I am.
So what you're hearing in the back is the boss himself. You know, born in the freaking USA, this man sold millions and millions and millions, I forget how many,
A lot.
and never had a number one Billboard song.
Which is wild.
Absolutely insane.
Wild.
So he made it to number 2 a few times, but never made it to number 1. So,
That's
hey,
insane.
hey, over there, I can hear your phone. My son. So we're doing a video. He's on pause on TV, and now I can hear his little phone. And I'm saying, please, Jax,
He's TikToking.
you wait a bit, okay? So we're looking.
He's so.
So listen, hey, I got a few. So this band right here, CCR, never made it to number 1. Well, they actually never had a number 1 single. Don
Yeah,
Henley.
I'm beyond shocked.
Okay, so Don Henley used to be in a band called.
Oh God.
Come on, it's one of my favorite.
Eagles.
The Eagles. They had 5 number 1
Yeah, but
songs.
on his own.
But then he went in the 80s on his own.
Yeah.
He had amazing songs,
Yeah.
amazing hits, and never made it to number 1. That's
Still
it.
super talented, but shocking.
Absolutely shocking. And then you have who? Bob Dylan. Sorry,
Never.
I got that ring following me. Look at this. It's following me
Because
everywhere.
he's an angel.
Because he's an angel.
He's an
Bob
angel.
never made it. Who else? James Brown never made it.
That's-
And the list goes on. The Who, Led Zepp, Jimi Hendrix. I'm naming a lot of 70s and 80s artists because that's my jam.
Yeah, but there's a lot of shockers.
Backstreet Boys. That's her generation.
No, I was not a Backstreet Boys fan.
I was. I
Don't-
still am.
I'm sure you were, but let's not get it twisted.
BSB.
Never a fan. However, I was shocked to read that because I just assumed One Direction too, which was a huge British pop band.
Never made it.
In the 2000s, never made
And that other band that you love, Imagine Dragons.
Oh no. That's
Anyways.
not rock and roll. We're not.
So they didn't never made it, and the list goes on. Pat Benatar, so many artists. You can Google it. I think there's a top 20 or top 50.
Well, Shaka Khan too. I was also surprised.
Shaka Khan.
There is a lot of shockers on there. On Vogue too. I know.
In Vogue, so they wrote a song for Lee Brown, Olivier. That's me. You remember what it was? What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man.
Yeah, they wrote that for you.
They did it?
Sure. I mean, whatever helps you sleep at night.
Okay. So we're here today to talk to you about the artist that never had a number 1 top 100 U.S. Billboard song.
I also want to throw in there.
But Bruce did with We Are the World. So 1985,
Okay,
I think. But he had a huge contribution on that.
That was a group effort.
It was a group effort, but he was very implicated in that.
Got burned.
So he got to number 1, but he had to go through, and that was for a good cause, right?
Yeah.
We Are the World.
Wasn't
it was
it
1985.
AIDS?
How old were you in 1985?
I was 1.
So I
Well,
would-
depended when it came out.
I was in a bar and you were one. And why? How would you remember? And I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, because it was Michael Jackson. I remember the music
Sting?
video, Sting, and I think it was for AIDS, but I could be wrong. Please don't quote me on that. But I remember the music video being so fromage.
Fromage. It was all the group and the mics were on
with
top,
the
right?
choir and everybody like swaying. But I'm pretty sure it was for AIDS.
We are the ones who make a better day, so let's start it. Stevie Wonder was there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's what that was.
I don't know. I don't know. Stevie Wonder must have had.
Yeah, but I would have said the same thing for half these artists. They must have had, but they didn't, which is
crazy. So there's a lot of reasons why they don't make it to number one. You know what? One of the reasons is?
What?
So it's really weird. So in the music business, correct me if I'm wrong, people from the Vinyl Lounge, the VL. I might get corrected there. But having been in the music business myself, by the way, Canadian Billboard, who made it to number one, a band that I managed a while ago, and I'll let you know about that another time. And number 38 on the mainstream U.S. chart.
But don't leave them hanging. Tell them who it was. That's not kind.
And I'll leave you hanging. I'll bring it back another time. So one of the reasons you don't make it to number one, because the chart doesn't last a whole year.
No.
It's a weekly thing.
Yeah.
And then every week there's albums that are being released, and every week the albums are released on the same day most of the time. Here in Canada, if I recall, we had record launch on Tuesdays. So when you wanted to book an impressionist, someone to promote your event, you wanted to rent a space, and you wanted to make a big bang, you had to make sure you weren't releasing your album on the same day as a hot item. So let's say Backstreet Boys are releasing a single or an album on the same day as Madonna. Well, I'm sorry to say, Backstreet Boys are going to come second, third, fourth, or fifth. Who's coming number one? Madonna. And that's how it is. So that's one of the reasons. Am I talking too much?
No.
You want to talk?
No. I was just thinking, I was looking at who was number one right now. I'm not sure if this is correct, but it was Morgan Wallen.
No, I think it's Taylor Swift.
Last night.
I think it's a Swift.
Now it's Swift? But she doesn't have a new single, so is it from her new 1989
Some
album?
songs keep, so it's on it's on spins.
But she's re-releasing 1989.
It doesn't matter. Some songs stay number one for a very long time. It's a weekly thing. Songs come out every week, but some songs are so hot. Katy Perry, the Perrys, and the Swifties.
Well,
Swifters.
Swifties very relevant right now.
So
Extremely.
Exactly. So these artists, they stay number one for a long time, and they don't give any space, any room for upcoming artists. Or hey, Nirvana never had. Matt, what was their song? Spirit?
Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah.
But that's the grunge 80s day 90s.
90s.
See, I'm not.
It wasn't 80s because how old is Dave Grohl now?
No, it's 90s.
It was 90s.
It was the 90s, and Smells Like Teen Spirit did not make it there.
Yeah.
So it's incredible how many songs that everybody know. Shania Twain never had a number. She sold over 10 million albums. She's the queen of country. She's Canadian, by the way.
She also looks amazing.
Oh, she was in Montreal 2 days ago?
Off on a tangent here. My sister-in-law went to the show and was 2 rows from the stage.
Oh, she did?
I know she's full of makeup and filler and whatever, but that woman, her body at 58, damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeremy White. You know Jeremy White? You got to follow this guy, Jeremy White.
Isn't he a DJ on...
Well, he was on the radio here in Montreal, but now
the
he's
One
on...
Bone guy. Doesn't he have a clothing brand?
No.
No, that's not him?
No. Super cool guy, musician. He's got this amazing YouTube channel. Anyways, I follow him. So Jeremy White was there. He goes to so many shows. Always ends up backstage. I almost want to, tell him to,
What are you doing?
Or
to
invite me
backstage?
before I do tell you to,
At Jeremy White, what are you doing?
He's just a rock star, man. He's traveling the North America
I'll
and
travel. Let's go.
going out to these shows, and it's amazing.
I'll go. Let's travel. No?
Yeah, we could. Maybe we will
Our
when we
kids
have a
are
little
old
time.
enough?
If it was no,
Phoebe's in charge.
they're not old enough. They're not old enough
The
yet.
dog's in charge.
They will be in.
Anyways,
So
I feel like we're rambling.
we're rambling now.
Let's stick
So
to the subject.
but you know, and so let's stick to the subject.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons that some artists never make it to the number one is because there's always someone else that's getting more spins with a hotter song.
And it could be an older song, like you said, so it doesn't matter.
It can be a song that just stays at the number one spot for a very long time. And then when a label is planned on release, they're not going to postpone the release of the album because it's ready and it's got to be released now. And then if they make it to number one, hey, listen, if you make it to the top 10, you're getting spins and you're getting some sales and everything's going well. You know who made it to the top of the chart, number one, a few times?
20 to be exact.
20
and I
times.
actually taught him that. Thank you, Google.
These guys.
The Beatles.
These guys. This is EMI. This is the EMI offices, by the way. So they took this picture. This picture was taken first, and then they had come back for the before and after. So look at the picture. Okay, so these the Beatles, who are releasing.
I was just gonna say, aren't they releasing a new track?
A new track on November 2nd. I can't wait. Well, I'll be hoping to get a vinyl copy of that and talk about it. But this is one of my favorites right here, the White Album by the Beatles. So they made it 20 times to number one. I'm sure Elvis did. I'm sure a lot of other amazing artists did. But a lot of our amazing artists did not.
Yeah.
So that's what we wanted to say today.
Something.
That's something. Something to maybe research, talk about the why and why not. Who released their album or their song the same day or the same week or the same month as another artist.
Yeah.
Like Bruce, that was supposed to come. We talked about that. Was supposed to come to Montreal, postponed. But this guy, he's the boss. He born in the USA.
He's a legend. It's very strange.
That's him. And he did not make it to number one. Number two, never number one.
Which is crazy.
And
If you would have told me that without me Googling it, I would not have.
Because she didn't know. What were we talking about? You know, we don't plan things as you can see. It's all, we ramble.
These are quality videos.
Quality videos. We try to get some hits because we're cute.
We planned this far in advance. Don't let him fool you.
We don't plan.
We had notes.
Do we have time now? Okay, let's go. Let's do it. Pull out the ring light. Pull out the mic.
Notes. We were good.
Pull out a glass of wine.
Yeah, of course. Always.
It's Friday night. It's raining outside. What time is it? It's 3? 3, 4. We're good.
Whatever.
So, that's pretty much what we had to say today on the Vinyl Lounge. We talked about it. We shared it with you. If you know a little more than we do, which
please tell us.
It's probably the case. You got it right below. You got to come and follow the YouTube channel.
Educate us.
I don't even know how to post. You know, the people that they have the YouTube channels. So I'm sorry, I'm almost done. So they do these videos and then they pop the subscribe thing pops up and then there's a clicking and there's little bells.
If we Googled it, we could find it.
That means I have to work a little harder.
Works hard for money.
But why don't they just follow the link?
Because people are lazy.
So you know what I realized? A lot of people on Facebook. So all platforms are different, right? There's TikTok. We are on TikTok, by the way. We have we're hitting 5,000. Facebook, we're going boom boom. Instagram has been going up. Instagram. I try not to follow too much. I don't want to get obsessed with that. Facebook.
But you kind of are.
Facebook surprised me recently.
Yeah.
We're getting like 75 to 100 a day.
I don't even check.
I got people that are in that business that are like, what are you doing, bro? I want to know. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything. I'm posting some amazing music on my vintage stuff here, and people are digging it. But what was I saying? YouTube. So what I wanted to say is all these people, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, they're not. So the person on TikTok doesn't have a YouTube. They're not going to subscribe to YouTube to come and follow the Vinyl Lounge.
Probably not.
Even though they should, but they don't.
YouTube's annoying sometimes, though, with the ads and the click here and
I agree, but you know why people go on YouTube, which is not our case. We're like one of my friends from across the border, Jason. How you doing? He says you're not going to be making any money because a lot of these things is copyrighted. So it can't be monetized. So I don't really care because I'm doing God's work. I'm doing God's work. That's what he told me, and I totally agree.
Thanks,
we're doing something that we love.
Yeah, we are.
Listening to music, spinning some
But
vinyl.
putting the G word in there. The G-O-D.
What? God's work.
God's word. Okay, whatever.
He said that. The guy from across the border.
Thanks,
Jason. Am I going to tag him in here? Maybe.
At
Maybe
Jason
not.
Bolanis.
I'm not editing this. So
Why can't we say his name? He's
so
not.
as my son is like, he's making signs. You want to get back on your TV show?
No, he's being patient.
He's being patient. He's good. Thank God.
But why can't
thank
I
God
say
for
his
TikTok.
name? It's not like he's.
Whose name?
Well, I'm not going to repeat it.
The
He
guy
just
from across the
gave me the look of death.
Jason Bolanis. Yes, he's a friend from across the border. The border.
Like,
Right, it's right there.
Yeah, it's not that far, but
Ain't that far.
no.
So on that note, the Vinyl Lounge, Katie and Olivier, we wish you an amazing weekend. Stay
Halloween
tuned.
week.
It's Halloween weekend, so yeah, we have a party tomorrow. What are you dressing up at, like?
Honestly, I wanted to go as Dolly Parton, but I'm so lazy.
And Kenny Rogers. That
so
was the
lazy.
plan.
But he needs a wig. I need.
So we just found out we could get rid of the kids.
Yeah.
We just found out.
Yeah.
So there was no party
His
until
face.
as he stares
Side
at side eye, and then so that's it. So
It's gonna take a lot
But
of
if we
effort,
do put
but-
on a costume, we'll come back and do a little.
Well, we're wearing costumes. It's just a matter of if they're relative to music. That's all. But we will take a picture and show.
Last year we wore Beth
and Rip.
and Rip. It was
Well,
pretty good.
We can tag that so you can.
Yeah, I could tag that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that though.
We'll figure it out. It's
Okay.
Help us.
Happy amazing weekend. Happy amazing weekend. Have an amazing weekend. And that's it.
Yeah.
Bye bye. Final
Bye.
Lounge. Bye.
What are you doing?